A Rover's Story, Chapter 4, Raina. There is a huge team of scientists who work with me. Humans would tell you that it is impossible for me to have a preference, that I am built to be an unbiased observer. Perhaps, though, there is a flaw in my code because I have some favorites among the hazmats, the first of which is Raina. Raina is in charge of running many of my tests. She writes the code that asks my arm to bend down and pick up an object. She writes code to ask if I'm able to see that she is testing my arm. It is nice to talk to Raina in this way through code. Once, when Raina was running a test on my camera, I was able to see her. Beneath her white hazmat suit, I observed that she has light brown skin and hair with pigments of black and brown. Her eyes share similar pigments to her hair. I have memorized that image. I now associate that image with the sounds that Raina makes in the laboratory. Raina never calls her hazmat suit a bunny suit. Raina refers to everything by its correct terminology. I appreciate this precision. Raina is often the first figure I observe when the day begins, and often the last of the hazmats to leave the laboratory at night. Most of the time, I cannot visually process Raina since my camera, my eyes, are not currently connected to my brain, but I am still able to perceive her. My brain is able to make other observations like sound and registering presence to know that Raina is there. Raina has a very noticeable presence. Her behavior follows a clear pattern. Raina is rhythm and dependability. Raina is the sound of typing computer keys and measured answers full of exact calculations. Raina is elegantly written code without any of the problems that hazmats call bugs. When Raina speaks in the language of humans, her voice is crisp and clear. Raina never talks directly to me in her clear and crisp voice, but I like listening to her talk to the other hazmats. She almost always has the answers they are looking for. When she does not, she promises to get back with them as soon as possible. As soon as possible is a phrase I learned from Raina. I am hoping that all my different body parts will be put together as soon as possible. Unfortunately, I am not able to express this message to Raina because I am unable to talk in the language of humans. Raina only speaks to me through code, and I can only answer her in code, and only to answer the specific questions that she asks, like, can you tell me if I am testing your arm? I am able to say yes or no. I am not able to ask her a question about her day. I am not able to ask her when my body parts will be welded back together. I am not able to tell her that waiting is hard. I do not have the ability of human speech. It seems unlikely that I will ever have the ability of human speech. This is a fact that frustrates me sometimes. Frustrate is another word I have learned from Raina. Sometimes when she is alone in the lab, she speaks into her phone. She says things to her phone like, Mama, I know you are frustrated that I'm going to miss dinner again, but the work I'm doing here is really important. It made me feel important to hear Raina say that. It also made me forget about my frustration that I can't talk directly to Raina, and my frustration that I'm still in pieces. At least it made me forget for a little while. I would still like to be put together as soon as possible. Dear Rover, Mrs. Ennis hasn't told us to write you again, but I'm writing anyway. I don't know why. I guess I was feeling like I wanted to talk to someone. Tonight at dinner, I asked Mom if Rovers could read. She told me that's a great question that has lots of different answers, which is a very Mom thing to say. City told Mom to just give Sophia a straight answer, which made me laugh. City is my grandma. I call her City because that's the Arabic word for grandma. After dinner, Mom went back to work. Does she talk to you when she's there? What does she say? Sometimes I struggle to fall asleep when Mom isn't here. Once in a while, City will come into my room and sing me a song. Occasionally, Dad sneaks in and tells me a story about a giant that lives in the mountains or a cursed kingdom that gets saved by a brave princess. Dad always has the best stories. But no matter how good the story is, it's still hard to get to sleep when I know that Mom is gone. So maybe that's why I'm writing to you now. Maybe I miss Mom and I know you're with her. Say hi to her for me. I wonder how you say hi in robot. Maybe someday you can teach me. Your sleepy friend. Can I call you my friend? Sophia.